Hi guys, it's Dangerous Cat here. Welcome back to my channel and to Dream Daddy, a dead dating simulator. We go back to where we left off, which is somewhere in the middle of the night. Hey kiddo, you good? I wander into the kitchen as I wait for her reply. Amanda's phone is almost always in her hand, so I'm sure she'll respond soon. Unless she's driving home now, in which case I hope she doesn't respond soon, because I definitely taught her better than to text and drive. Oh right, Amanda's missing. I reach into the freezer and grab an ice cream sandwich. It's a little late for this, but I think I earned it after a long day of socializing. I check my watch again, and then my phone. Nothing yet. Okay, see, now I'm worried. Do I call her? Do I call the cops? No, it's too soon for that. I'll just send her a gentle reminder text. What's up? Half an hour passes. Now I'm really worried. The episodes of Gavin Chapman's Meat Hell are not only not associating. I can't read that. My anxiety, but possibly exacerbating it with all the yelling, so I keep pacing around the house, waiting for her to come back. I have problems with reading lately. I don't know why that is, honestly. Uh, why didn't I find out where she was going? Who was she even with? Why don't I know any of her friends' phone numbers? Why don't I even know any of her friends' full names? Who is Emma P? I decide to send her another text. Amanda, please text me and let me know you're okay. I can't help but think of all the awful things that could have happened to her. Oh, thank God, it's her. Amanda opens the door and shuffles in. Finally, she's back home. I'm glad she's okay. Sup, sweetie. Thank God you're safe. Yep. But now that I know she's okay, I'm really mad. Why didn't you answer my texts? Amanda pulls her phone out of her pocket. Oh, whoops. Guess I didn't see those. She starts to walk to her room. Amanda Ann. Whoa, we're pulling on the middle name now. Amanda, you came home an hour and a half after your curfew and you didn't respond to any of my texts. You really freaked me out. I was about to call the cops. Daddy, you're seriously overreacting. You're not gonna be like this when I go off to school, are you? Uh, let's go with I was scared. You weren't responding and it was just like when you're dead. I have to stop myself from tearing up. Oh, Dad, I didn't mean to. I sit down on the couch and put my head in my hands. I feel very tired all of a sudden. You really scared me. Just please don't do that again. Alright, I'm gonna go to bed now. Amanda closes the door to her room and I head to mine. Geez, as I'm falling asleep, one thing she said keeps echoing in my mind. You're not gonna be like this when I go off to school, are you? I definitely didn't sleep well last night. I brew some strong coffee and make some scrambled eggs for Amanda as a peace offering. She eventually wanders into the kitchen. Hey, I've thought about what you said last night. I should have texted you. I said I was gonna do it and I didn't. I honestly just didn't even think about it. I'm really sorry, Pops. I won't do it again. Well, let's do that. I also thought about it and I'll try to give you your space from here on out. I gotta trust that you can take care of yourself. Teamwood? Teamwood. Amanda gives me a hug. Want some eggs? You know it. Sprinkle some cheese on them? Already did. Bless you! Amanda scarfs down the eggs and the time it takes me to wash the pan. Alright, I'm off to school. Smell ya later. Wait, one more thing before you go. What? What's Dadbook? It's a social media platform. Wait, what? What's a social media platform? Dad, I have to go to school. Come on, Amanda. I'm an older man. I can't put together a Dadbook profile on my own. Alright, I'll help you sound interesting on the internet. Amanda spends the next couple minutes setting up my profile on Dadbook, which, as it turns out, is a place where dads can get together and talk about fatherhood. Alright, Pops, we gotta fill out your profile. Let's get some likes and dislikes. Oh! On a Friday night, you're most likely to. Polish and Survey coin collection, Netflix and grill baby, fast asleep watching the History Channel, torment my children with dead bodies, sing into blissful oblivion. On a Friday night, Netflix and grill baby. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A trusty grill, the lone shaker of salt, castaway on DVD for instructional purposes, a boat, obviously. I don't need anything, my survival skills have trained me for this day. I guess one of these two, like I don't know if I want to be an ironic biatch or if I want to be like the sassy kind of dad. Okay, I want to be ironic. Who am I even kidding? I'm always ironic. A belt, obviously. What are your turn-ons? Strong dead arms, tennis shoes with long white socks, a well-manicured lawn, street smart, top-tier grillmanship, comfortable with crying. Strong dead arms. I'm sorry, that's what's apparently my turn-on. What did you want to be when you grew up? To justify the last decision, I really like strong arms. In men. It doesn't have to be a dad's arms. What did you want to be when you grew up? Technical writer of manuals and instructionals, salty boat captain, pro skater who is an astronaut, a good father, the president of space. Now, a good father or salty boat captain? Yeah, let's go with being a good father. What's your favorite movie genre? War documentaries, Sean Connery's entire filmography, anything on Laserdisc, romantic comedies, whatever will make me cry, old comedies that haven't aged well. Um, um, I don't know, old comedies? What's your ideal date? Napping together, doing a 100,000 piece puzzle together, eating a healthy dinner at 4 p.m., trying to geocache but getting hopelessly lost, arson, being emotionally vulnerable. Arson sounds like a great thing to do, but I'm going to go with the peace puzzle just because I absolutely love doing peace puzzles. The more the better. What do you never leave home without? A sensible cardigan, my sick vape, my book of word jumbles and a pen, a cool knife, my cripplingly low self-esteem. I frequently forget my phone keys and wallet at home sometimes. Sometimes. That's awesome. My cripplingly low self-esteem. I want to go with funny one this time. I spend a lot of time thinking about conspiracy theories, how proud I am of my child, potential ends of the world, if I'll ever be able to love myself as much as I love my grill, when I can next get a cup of coffee, lawnmower modifications, how proud I am of my child. Profile complete. See? That wasn't so bad. Yeah, that was actually kind of fun. I could totally spend all day on here just looking at people's profiles. You should message one of them, or more than one of them. All of these dads seem pretty interesting. Okay, I promise I'll make some friends. Amanda, give me a hug. Go get him, Dad.
Welcome.
We can use the Dadbook. Hi Sephiroth, it's me, your dear old friend from way back in the day, Dadmanda. I'm delighted to see you've signed up for Dadbook. They've recently added this exciting new messenger service so you may find yourself receiving messages from other dads like myself. Take care not to miss them. Okay, Amanda, is that you? What are you doing on Dadbook? Why, Sephiroth, I never! We've known each other since business school. How could you possibly confuse me for your amazing and talented and easy-to-buy things for daughter? Though I am of course flattered. You should buy Amanda more things. Amanda, you know I didn't go to business school. I barely even managed to get my degree. Wait. No. Wow. I didn't say that. You never heard that. This is gold. It was a great student, I swear. I graduated at the top of my class because I worked hard and ate all my vegetables. Totally holding on to this for later. Wait, did you even remember what I majored in? I declined to comment. Cool. Okay, we can go to Dadbook. I'm excited. I can finally talk to Damien more. I kind of want to go with Robert just to make things less awkward after we hooked up with him, but... Okay, so let's say something about each of the dads. Joseph seems fine, but he's a pastor. I mean, it's not like I'm not a religious person because I am, but dating a pastor who has a wife and creepy twin kids is a little bit too much for me. Hugo, I never trust people with a mustache. I've already said that. Robert, a little bit too grumpy. More like for one night stand, I think. Also, he has the bad guy look about him. And, well, some might argue that girls usually like bad guy types. But I don't know, they are good for like adventure. I don't think they are very good for like long-term relationships. I mean, some of them probably are because they changed, but Brian, despite the fact that I absolutely hate how he looks, the beard is putting me off alongside with the mustache because, I mean, this is fine, although like in real life I prefer clean-shaven people. But he is also trying to one-up us every single time we meet him, and he's so arrogant about that. Like, he wants to win every single time. It's impossible. So, no. Matt, I mean, he's a little bit weird, and I don't really like his hairstyle. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of... Those are dreads, I think, or dreadlocks, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that type of style. Craig. Craig is like the safe choice. I think most people would just go for Craig. He seems friendly, he seems approachable. He's just this type of nice guy you want to hook up with. But my dream daddy is Damien, the goth king. I don't know, I just like his style. I love the long hair. I love that he looks kind of like a bad guy, but also like a good one. You never know with these type of people. So I go with Damien. Damien Blackmarch, how do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. Oh god, he loves cats. That's totally my dream daddy. I love cats. I am a cat. I'm the dangerous cat. Okay, on a Friday night, you're most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens. If you had one thing to take with you onto that island, what would it be? A coffin? What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly. I don't know if I pronounced that wrong, but bosom? Is that how it? Bosom. I think that's correct pronunciation. I'm not sure. What did you want to be when you grew up? A bat. What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign and roots horror. Art house. I've seen N instead of R in here. That's why I read it wrong. But as I said, I can't read properly lately. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with me. What's your ideal date? It's night. We are at an industrial dark wave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beat of our hearts. What do you never leave home without? An upside down cross. I spend a lot of time thinking about mortality, Salians. Let's message Damien. Ooh, excited. I hope I can get him. to like me. Damien seemed really interesting, a little odd but interesting. I think I should hang out with him to get to know him a little better. I navigate to Damien's Dadbook page and type out a message. Hey dude, you seem cool. We should hang out sometime. I sit there for a minute before I see that Damien is typing, but then he keeps typing and typing. Man, is this guy writing a novel? I leave the computer and make some coffee. And he's still typing. I sip my coffee and the computer finally dings. Sephiroth. I must confess my excitement to be receiving your kind letter, for, as you see, I do find myself available to enjoy your company. No, I'm sorry, I'm reading that wrong. I must ask for your forgiveness. However, as I believe our first meeting did not paint me in as gentlemanly manner as I would have liked. Oh, whoa, there's more. I would be highly flattered to enjoy your companionship in my residence for an afternoon tea and a stroll around my garden should it please you. Till then, adieu. Your humbled, D. Blood Marriage. Actually, I love this type of writing. Like, this is like Jane Austen vibe. And I love Jane Austen. Like, this is just this type of English that's really speaking to my soul. Damien is being so polite, he's being all gentlemanlike. I stare at the screen and reread the letter several more times. Hey, Amanda. Amanda pops out of her room, her eyes are a little puffy, almost as if she's been crying. Hey, are you alright?
I'm fine.
Oh, yeah, totally. I'm cool. I just found out that succulent I've been watering and singing to for the last 3 months was actually made out of plastic. Even the dirt was fake. Oh, honey. I kind of want to just go with that because I don't want to push her too much. But I think like sometimes you just have to be a real parent and do things that you're not entirely happy about. Just to make sure everything's fine with your child. Why are you lying to me? I'm not. I'm perfectly fine. Alright. I don't believe her, but I'll let it go for now. Okay, we did it anyway. Can you help me with something? Dad, for the last time, I'm not popping your back pimples. No. Can you interpret this for me? I turned the computer to Amanda and she squinted Damien's message. I just don't understand NetSpeak. Like, is this how you kids communicate with each other now? Totally. This is the new hot thing. See that? Kids got over saying lol and lmao or whatever and decided that what they needed to do was bring it back to the 1800s. So what do I do? Where's your pen and quill? What? Did you forget to unpack the pen and quill? Dad, how will we address the nobleman in regards to your upcoming debutante ball? Okay, now I know you're messing with me. Father, without a proper chaperone, you'll never end up with a suitor worthy of our land. Or our dowry. Or so you read Pride and Prejudice for school one time and now you're reciting things you know about it back to me, aren't you? Like the first 5 pages, then I read a review of the movie. Still got a B though. Great, so what do I say to Damien? I get this. Amanda reaches over to me and types on the keyboard. Sure thing, dude. Regards, Sephiroth. Smooth. Amanda hits send and smiles at me. Well, I suppose that's that. I make the short walk over to Damien's house. Well, I guess you can't really call it a house. It's more of a manor, estate. The Gothic architecture looms above the other homes in the cul-de-sac. Oh, it looks spooky! It looks amazing! I walk past a couple of gargoyles guarding the front door and look around for a doorbell. There doesn't seem to be one. I pull the large, ornately carved bat's head door knocker back, and a hollow sound echoes throughout the house as I strike it against the door. I wait several moments before the door slowly creaks open. That's so creepy. It's a little creepy, but I enter the home and take a few steps into the foyer, noting the oil portraits of who I assume are dead relatives hanging on the wall. As I'm admiring them, the front door slams shut behind me. Hello. Silence. An oil lamp in the corner flickers dimly, casting ominous shadows against the wall. Why do I feel like all the people in these paintings are staring straight at me? Why is it so cold in here? Where's Damien? I just love the interior. It's amazing. Sephiroth, pleasure to have you in my home. I look up and see Damien standing at the top of a majestic staircase with a walking candle holder. What's with the door slamming shut? Oh, sorry, there was a draft. And the door creaking open when I knocked. I accidentally left the door unlocked. And the creepy old paintings? I like old paintings. Right. Right. Please, let me show you around. Okay. Damien leads me around his house, showcasing his parlor, sitting room, auxiliary sitting room, and the parlor again for some reason. This is one of the older homes on the block, yes, but nowhere near as old as the architecture might suggest. Through extensive renovations, I have been able to craft a residence that is both historically accurate to the Victorian period and equipped with the amenities of any modern dwelling. We walk past a door covered in bumper stickers, caution tape, and a black parade poster. Did they listen to My Chemical Romance in the Victorian era? That's my son's room. You know how the rebellious teenage years are. Onward, onward, there's more to see. We reach a door at the end of the hall that Damien opens with a flourish. And this is the library. Sunlight streams in from floor to ceiling arched windows. The walls are lined with packed bookshelves and even more books are scattered over the period-appropriate furniture. Damien is clearly really proud of this room. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I want to do everything. I want to look at the butterflies, but I want to pick up a book. I love books. I love Damien. Oh, the good choice. You know, Sephiroth, in the Victorian era, there was some controversy surrounding reading. Many people thought the more tawdry novels would encourage youths into a life of crime and would cause too much of a distraction from work and school. I pull out a book at random and examine the worn cover. Opening it, I turn to a random page and read aloud. Naruto struggled against the chains that Sasuke has bound him with. I'm sorry, it's just so... I don't even know how to describe it. It's so out of place all of a sudden, the Naruto manga, you know? Shirtless and out of breath, he looked up at Sasuke. Sasuke smirked, unbuttoning his ninja pants. Oh, that's not even a manga, that's a fanfic. So much. Okay, I think that's enough. Damien snaps the book shut and puts it back onto the shelf. That's a rare book for my private collection. Right. I walk up to the glass display of pinned bugs on the wall. It's pretty impressive. Nice bugs. I pinned them all myself. Maybe I could show you how sometime. I'm concerned I would stick the pin right through my finger. Ah, the pinner's gambit. Is that a thing? No. I walk to the window and am greeted by a beautiful view of Damien's backyard. It showcases a beautiful view of the rest of the cul-de-sac. Hey, I can see Craig on his lawn. He's doing push-ups with his daughter on his back. Damn. He sees me and waves happily, doing push-ups with one hand now. Damn! Did you know that Victorians spend at least 20 hours a week gazing longingly out of full-length windows? Wait, really? No, but Victorians did appreciate telling a good joke. Please, will you join me for tea? I sure will. I love tea. I'm not really a coffee person, I'm more of a tea person. I follow Damien to his sitting room where finger foods have already been set out upon a beautiful tired silver tray. I take a seat on one of the high-backed chairs as Damien pours and serves me some tea. I can't believe we're having a high tea. I never thought I'd get to do this. Damien smiles to himself. What? It's a common misconception that high tea refers to the wealth or class of the people enjoying it, when in fact high refers to both the later time of day that the working class had to enjoy the tea and the height of the tables on which they're served. Oh, my dear friend, we're currently enjoying afternoon tea. That's informative. Damien takes a seat next to me and serves me a tiny sandwich. Are there a lot of gods in Maple Bay? I like your cape. Your home is really impressive. I think we should compliment the home because he seems to take a lot of pride in it. Ooh, we're turning him on, dude! It seems like you've really put a lot of work into this place. Thank you. No one's ever complimented my home before. Gotti! Hell, I can barely get matching salt and pepper shakers in my place, and look at what you've done. I'm kind of jealous. That's very generous of you to say. What got you so interested in goth stuff?
Oh, delightful.
Well, when I was a young boy, my father... Did he take you into the city? Sorry? Did you guys see a marching band? I'm afraid I don't understand. You're serious? Of course. But it's, the song. Amanda made me listen to it. Seriously? I'd love to see a marching band. Nevertheless, I've always had a love for art, history and fashion. What started off as a small hobby of collecting taxidermied animals grew into sort of an obsession. It's a privilege to be able to appreciate the lives and culture of those who came before us, I think. Why not go all the way? I like not dying when I catch a cold. He takes a sip of tea. I can acknowledge that there were many very terrible things about the Victorian era, and try to live a life that strictly aligns with those ideals would be admittedly horrid. But I think it takes a critical mind to truly appreciate something to the fullest, to be cognizant of its flaws and love it all the same. Tell me, Sephiroth, do you have any hobbies? Oh man, I do, but I don't know if I care about anything the way you care about this stuff. Well, I'd love to hear about your interests. Hearing someone talk about the things they're passionate about is intriguing and quite honestly rather attractive. Please, do tell me about your hobbies. Quick, sound sophisticated. I like watching soap making videos on the internet. Wow, sophisticated AF. Love me some word jumbles. I learned how to juggle once. The most... I don't know. I don't know what to do, honestly. Soap make... I learned how to... Oh god, I made the wrong decision. Gravity is an interesting thing, and I believe that juggling is the pinnacle of humankind's interaction with the gravitational arts. Interesting. I started out with scarves, but now I can comfortably juggle both. Juggling pins is currently, out of my purview. Damien looks at me quizzically, but shrugs it off. We finish our tea and finger sandwiches.
Oh, delightful.
Dang it! I made the wrong choice. I wanted to... I wanted him to appreciate me. Come, I have one more thing to show you. Man, that's something. Damien takes me around the back of his home when a variety of flowers flourish in beautifully landscaped rows. A smiley stone path weaves through it and butterflies flit lazily through the air. My garden. It's beautiful. Thank you. Victorians took flowers and floral arrangements very seriously. You see, it's considered uncouth to discuss personal and romantic relationships in public, so lovers and friends alike would use bouquets and to send secret messages to each other. Each flower and plant is symbolic of different feelings. Even more interesting is that one flower can mean different things depending on the other plants it was paired with. One had to be extremely careful, as even the style in which the ribbon was tied around the bouquet affected the message. Damien leans down and plucks a gorgeous bright orange flower off of a vine. Lilium bulbiferum, the orange lily. What do you think this one means? My lawns are ablaze, thou art the highest. 3 cheers for sweet revenge. I don't know. Good choice! Oh, We didn't actually guess, but I guess you like the answer anyway, so that's fine. The orange lily is actually symbolic of pure hatred. Well, and that's precisely why floral arrangement is so challenging. What's your favorite type of flower? Snapdragons, honeysuckle, sunflowers. I'm not sure. Let's just go with fate. Okay, honeysuckle, apparently. They smell really good. And then you can eat the tiniest little drop of nectar when you pull the stem out. Okay, it's fairly good. At least it wasn't like the black bubbles coming out of him. I'll have to remember that when I put together a bouquet for you. he he would put together a bouquet for me. Nobody's ever given me a bouquet before. I followed Damien down the footpath and admire more of his beautiful flowers. Suddenly, a phone rings. Oh, Sephiroth, will you excuse me? I must take this. He pulls a cell phone out of his pocket. I'm a little surprised it's not a rotary phone. Go for it. Damien smiles and walks back to the house. I take a deep breath and enjoy the heavily perfumed air. What a lovely yard. This makes me wish I had put a little effort into that garden Amanda and I tried to start one time. Our watermelons grew to the size of cherry tomatoes and then immediately died. Oh hey, a gargoyle. Oh no, I knocked over the gargoyle.
Fix that guard.
Oh my god, are we fixing the gargoyle? Okay, I think that's... Okay, that's how it goes. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We can do this. We can make this. Wait. The, his head his head was uh oh, S plus legendary. That's great actually. I thought I effed it up. You, that was a close one. Uh-oh, here comes Damien. He looks upset. Sephiroth, my sincerest apologies to have kept you waiting. There's an urgent matter that I must attend to, so I'm afraid I must take my leave. No problem, dude. Everything alright? Damien worries the hem of his coat with his fingers and looks away. Everything's perfectly fine, but it's Lucian. What's wrong? He appears to have, well, his teacher needs me to come to the school. Post haste. Do you need help? Oh no, you don't have to. Let me come with you. Us dads gotta stick together. You're right. This one of Lucian's more elaborate stunts. I would greatly treasure having another parent by my side. Let's go.
Oh.
Damien and I walk into the school and are immediately greeted by an anxious-looking Hugo.
Ah.
Hey Damien, you're here in record time. I wouldn't miss it for the world, dear friend. Wow, whatever it is doesn't seem like this is Hugo and Damien's first time to the My Kids Are in Trouble rodeo. What is it this time? This, Damien, you have to see to believe. Damien and I fall into step behind Hugo, who leads us through the busy corridors of the school. We pass by several classes in session, and I vaguely wonder if Amanda's around. Hugo eventually ushers us into a small boiler room with a flight of rickety stairs leading down into darkness. Watch your step. I can hear faint voices drifting up from the basement and they don't sound happy. As I'm led into the depths of the school, I recall the antics I got into as an angsty middle schooler. At least I had enough sense to stay out of creepy basements. We find another teacher in a boiler room, tucked away in the back of the basement. With him are Lucian and Ernest, Hugo's son. Lucian has a bloody nose. Thanks for coming. I can't make heads or tails of this. I look around the scene of the crime and see a bunch of bricks and some masonry tools scattered around. What happened here? Ernest punched me. Lucian tried to kill me.
Hi.
The room falls silent. I was not trying to kill you, dumbass. I was just trying to build a brick wall around you and see what would happen. You promised me there was wine down here. You tricked me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait a second. Lucian, did you trade a cask of Amontillado, Ernest? I'm neither confirming nor denying that. I turned to Damien and whispered to him, what's cask of Amontillado? It's a classic Edgar Allan Poe short story. When a man gets his enemy drunk, lures him down to his cellar with the promise of wine of a fine vintage, then buries him alive behind a brick wall. It's a lovely story. So, wait, Lucian, you tried to do that to him? I was curious to see how it would turn out. I wasn't actually gonna leave him there. What was this thought process here, that Ernest was just going to sit still while you slowly built a tomb around him? Well, it worked for like 20 minutes because he's an idiot, but then he realized that I had lied about the wine. And you were cluckling manically. That sort of tipped me off. Ernest, 20 minutes? Dad,
Sweet Manchego.
it took you 20 minutes? So in, in we just did an entire 2-week unit on the cask of Amontillado, and it took you 20 minutes to realize Yushin was leading you into an elaborate ruse. Did you even read the story? I read the first 5 pages and then read a review of the movie.
Huh?
It's only 5 pages long and there is no movie. Yeah, you're right. I paid Lucian to read it for me. Actually, he didn't even pay me, so what do you think about it? This was me teaching him a lesson. Damien and Hugo both have their heads in their hands. You guys are always telling me to engage in the literature, and I did. I don't see a problem here. Alright, I'm feeling this under. What the hell? Don't do whatever that was again. You two are both suspended for a week. Ernest and Lucian high five. The teacher starts to stomp up the stairs. Hugo, I'll cover your class. Take your son home. Mr. Bloodmarch, you too. Thank you for your mediation. We all head up the stairs and out of the school in tense silence. Lucian, Damien and I all pile into my car and begin to drive home. Lucian immediately puts his hood up and stares out the window angrily. I'm not going to therapy again. I know, son. It's entirely up to you whether or not you want to go. But I care about you, and I can see that you're struggling, so if you do decide that you would like to speak to a professional about your feelings, we can do that too. Maybe you can spend this next week looking for a summer job, I know how much you want your own car. I can't believe Damien's keeping his cool. I'm impressed. Fine. Thanks for not freaking out too hard. I love you, son. Lucian continues staring out of the window. Love you too. We spend the rest of the drive in relative silence. Oh, Damien is the sweetest of dads. The moment we pull into the driveway, Lucian hops out of the car, slams the door and runs inside. I didn't expect to have that conversation in front of you. He and I have a lot we need to work out. It's alright, and all things considered, Lucian's bricklaying was pretty good, so there's your silver lining. There is that, yes. He's probably just going through a phase. I really admire how you handled that. Does the kind of happen a lot? I actually want to compliment him instead of, inquiring whether that happens a lot or not. You were a lot more diplomatic with him than I would have been. I just want what's best for him, and I don't think yelling at him would do either of us any favors. It rarely does. You're a good dad. Oh, the best of decisions! See you around soon. It would be my honor and my pleasure. Damien bows with a flourish. Classy. I come home to find Amanda curled up on the couch with a blanket watching TV. I plop down next to her. Yo! What you watching? Tiny House Haunting Brothers Extreme Edition. I hate this show. The couple on screen bickers back and forth while standing in an extremely small house made out of recycled bullets. The Tiny House Hunting Brothers watch them with bemused expressions, both of their hands touching the low ceiling. I told you I wanted too bad, to bath shabby chic, I think is what you pronounce it, chic cottage. This house doesn't even have a bathroom. But honey, the outhouse is only 20 years away. It's not that bad. I am not pooping outside, Greg. Why don't you just get a regular sized house? I don't know. How did afternoon tea go? It got strange. We had to go to the school to pick up Lucian since he tried to. He lured Ernest out to the cellar with the promise of a fine vintage and then tried to break him into the wall, right? How did you know that? Has everyone read the story except for me? Lucian live-streamed the entire thing. The entire day is beyond me. But otherwise it was a funny day. The Damien guy is a character, but he's really good company and a surprisingly diplomatic dad. I dig his style. You know what? Me too. Okay, I date complete. Okay. Grill, Deadband, Fank, Goth, Basement, Poe. Is it good?
Are you familiar with the
Yes!
works of Corey Feldman?
Ah, I think
He
we could have
simply
get the...
slayed in The Lost Boys.
I think we could have gotten the S plus if I didn't F up this one choice that I made with the juggling thing. But, oh, Interview with a Vampire, the achievement. Okay, guys, that was fun. That was our first date with Damien. I think if the game allows me to go for Damien all the time, I think I will, because I don't want to distract myself too much with other dads. And since he's my dream daddy, I kind of want to see the end with him and probably do other dads like on my spare time. But and also I don't want to drag this game for too long, because I think like if you are interested and you want to see other dads, you can either go check out some other YouTubers out there that play the game, or you can just play it yourself and see what's the outcome with other dads. So nevertheless, we'll see how it goes. For now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around in the next one. Bye.